Arrington-Bey. It is April the 28th, 2020. I'm Rhonda Arrington-Bey as your white Islam. I'm at Whole Foods and it's going on probably 5:30 p.m. As you can see, the shelves are still not like they were, but they're getting better. I'm going to show you from the video I did when the coronavirus, when people were really going shopping, and all of a sudden for the coronavirus. And you know we're among spirits that can cause you to, someone just said stop, and I felt the cough. Before I felt like I had the cough. I just got through tweeting about, hold on one second, and you know I don't have the coronavirus. Someone just said stop, 1 second. But you know these viruses can be spread with unclean spirits. I'm not accusing that person. But if we're among spirits that can cause you to cough, sense sharp pains, which can cause you to go to the hospital, then, and now we know that thousands of people were killed in connection to the coronavirus because their immune systems were not able to fight it off. Imagine being attacked several times and you don't know you're being attacked and where it's coming from. So you end up being a product of the medical system. And these are medical systems that are not created for healing, but for profit. I always say there are two. And that's the same with those that are dealing with mental health and physical health. So the United States rate 35 in health, and many statistics. One is way too many. That means all the states are in red in reference to physical health and mental health. And this is before the coronavirus. It's been this way for a while. So among other civilized, the United States jurisdiction, among other, and the jurisdiction is not a nation. That means you're among those that don't have a nationality or have not been naturalized. And you know, white is not a nationality, pale skin is not a nationality, African American, black is not a nationality, Hispanic is not a nationality. So in the United States jurisdiction, all the states are in red, and it's been that way for a very long time before the coronavirus because of many reasons. But other nations seem to be doing something different, and they obviously have, many of them have what they call the science of telepathy in the population, but yet their government care about their citizens enough to make sure that they're healthy and they're not being recycled back and forth in the medical systems. But a jurisdiction, nations and jurisdiction is not the same. What I noticed about those nations that are considered healthy before this coronavirus pandemic, they all seem, if you ask them what their nationality is, they will be able to tell you. What I've learned, and now I think in some places that speak Spanish, in South America and other places, they might have conflict too with nationality. But and so I will leave that open. But what I learned mostly, the United States is the only place, besides those places that speak Spanish, they too are now having conflict with nationality or have had conflict, that do not emphasize and cause and make sure their citizens claim a nationality, which means they have to take an oath or affirm to uphold constitutional laws of their land. I, as a Moorish American, I've taken that oath. I affirm, not oath, but I affirm. We don't take oath as Moorish Americans. We affirm. Had to correct that. We affirm. So that's what I was thinking. So we know we're among spirits that can cause illnesses. Different spirits come in different ways, different manner. So I thought it was so odd today, Dwayne. Today, my manager, Miss Phillips, actually told me that to stand next to her. I was the only person not allowed to stand next to her, and I didn't know why. I kept asking her to do fries. I didn't understand why. And she just straight out told me today. She said, she said, "You the only one. Give her social distance." she's been doing it, acting this way for a while, and I didn't understand why. And I know I am a Moorish American. I'm a Hebrew Muslim. I don't communicate with them on a personal level at Burger King because I don't know any of them personally. But I maintain respect. I'm implementing my constitutional right to earn money. That includes U.S.A. Constitution of 1787, the 13th Amendment with 20 sections, and all 4 of Abraham Lincoln's proclamations. Especially during this time when many people are out of work, businesses had to shut down, and so forth. And I'm not saying that the coronavirus is one of the viruses that are purposely being spread. I'm just saying that we know that viruses and diseases can be spread, and you have bodies or other entities, other bacteria can be used. So we know this because in history, for instance, the syphilis in Tuskegee, Alabama, the syphilis disease is recorded was purposely done to those quote unquote, they didn't claim a nationality, which 9 times out of 10 they didn't, African Americans in that community, for an experiment. So this is not something that's not known to have happened on this landmass. So and I didn't understand why, and I think I heard her say sometimes, a lot of times I would hear her say brother, and in the 3, let it be 3 out in open. I didn't understand why, but I just ignored it. But today she just flat out told me that she didn't want me next to her, and I was the only one. Everyone else, I saw Dora, colleague, stand next to her, but I was the only one that she didn't want to have next to her, and I didn't understand why. Because I try to work hard, really hard, because I want to keep my hours. So anyway, as I'm at Whole Foods right now, I was I didn't experience it until I got here. I always ask for protection because we've been taught as Moorish Americans to uphold. What did you say, sir? Number one. Okay. Okay. So as Moorish Americans, we've been taught to respect the United States Navy and Army. We've been encouraged by Prophet and just by taking to affirm to uphold constitutional law. But in that is because we are under the impression that the United States Navy and Army have taken an oath or affirmed to uphold constitutional laws as themselves and be protectorates of the citizens of this landmass and not terrorists. So, because if they haven't been naturalized themselves, then something else foreign is controlling them. So it's important for them to have done these things. And I say that because I told you during the that I didn't know that the United States Navy and so many that I worked around, or those that I worked around or used to come into Burger King, was connected to them until this past year, as I do now. And I've been at Burger King since 2016. And so, being here, and I used to speak to you about how at American Extended Stay, people start saying military, brother. Sometimes I hear them say paid, stay, we got it. And there's a deranged voice speaking sometimes close to the room or outside the room like a robot, like it's deranged and unnatural. Yes, you can put this outside. So, in that, so knowing that I've given testimony about this and hearing her speak of these things today, I was so surprised. I was like, why would she say something like that? Can I have 2 more bags, please? I'm going to split it up.
What is it?
2 more bags. Thank you. It's in, I told you about hearing people say the number 3, like they're, like that's some type of set or occult set that they try to initiate. I told you about them. I hear sometimes people speak the word werewolf like they're a beast, like they're a beast or some form of animal. So this is in connection to why the United States is not considered civilized in reference to mental health and physical health. Because when you are not mentally healthy or physically healthy, then you are definitely vulnerable to be used and be seen as a beast, a savage, or an animal. So anyway, I just wanted to give testimony about that. So the shells are still, they're looking better, but they not like they were, but they are definitely looking better at Whole Foods. It's April the 28th, 2020. And you know, in Arrington-Bey and I, Arrington-Bey, we don't know anyone personally here in Annapolis, Maryland, and I've always given testimony about it as naturalized beings, naturalized celestial beings. And we've done that because if we're among a jurisdiction who do not emphasize or implement natural law, their citizens to be naturalized and behave civilized, then you already know what they can be used for. And if they have the ability to do certain things with the science of telepathy, then you already know. Islam.